Hey YouTube, what's going on? So welcome to Dave's Advanced Running Man tutorial, and I'm calling it the Advanced Running Man tutorial because I'm going to take you from the basics all the way to how I do the Running Man, which I think is a little bit more advanced than the basic, just, you know, forward stepping Running Man that you do when you shuffle. So hopefully that'll take you guys that are kind of intermediate and bring you to more of like a pro level, or maybe if you have no idea how to do the Running Man, then this is a great tutorial for you to start out with too. So yes, I guess the first thing I'm going to teach you is how to do the basic Running Man, just so we can make sure we're not doing any of the small newbie mistakes that you guys and I've even done when I first started. Like when I first started doing the Running Man, it took me 2 months to get decent at it, and then after that, after just pretty much doing a lot of repetition and just messing around, you eventually start to get better and better at it. It's like, I don't think there's really a substitute for just doing it a bunch of times and just having your body kind of just do it unconsciously, I guess you could say. Like, it's almost like when you type, like you don't have to think about typing eventually once you get good at it, right? You just kind of like flow on the keyboard. It's the same thing when you do the Running Man. I don't really think about my steps when I shuffle, it just kind of happens as I feel the music because I've done the movement so many times. So, alright, so the first thing I want you guys to do is get off your computer chair, stand in front of the screen, and practice just like I'm going to do. So, I want you to basically imagine, like, I guess I'll go sideways for this. Imagine like 3 dots on the floor, like one in front, one in the middle, and one behind you. And basically, you're going to be landing on these spots as you do the Running Man. But before we do that, I want you to first go to the top part. I want you to lift one leg up, and I just want you to hop back like that, okay? And I want you to get used to this hopping motion. Because basically, this is the amount that you're going to hop back when you do the Running Man. You don't want to be hopping back like a huge amount when you do it, because that looks ridiculous. We want to look more smooth, right? So you want to have small hops, and basically you just want to lift your leg and hop yourself back just high enough so you can get yourself to, you know, shift backwards. That's all you're aiming for, really. It's that same motion. So the first step I want you to do is, well, I guess we'll start in the middle. You have one foot down, the other leg raised up, and I want you to take the foot that's on the bottom and hop it backwards, and this other leg, I want you to land it on the top step, okay? So going back from here, it's like this. You do it at the same time. So it's like a small hop back to your left foot, and for me, I put my right foot down at the very top part. And the next step is you're going to lift your left leg up, and this middle, well, not middle leg, the right leg is going to hop from the top part to the middle dot that we imagined, alright? So it's like, so left leg goes up, right leg hops back to the middle. And then from here, you just want to continue, because those are the only 2 steps. So you go back to this, where this foot that was up goes forward, and the other foot that was flat is going to go back, and you just pretty much repeat. So it's pretty basic, nothing too crazy yet. For me, when I first started, it took me 2 months to get good at even just doing this, because I just started to, I don't know, I'll record myself, and I thought I'd be doing good, but I really wasn't, but oh well. It's the learning process, right? So that's how you do the basic Running Man, and when you do it from the front, it just looks like this. It's very basic. It's very, you know, your feet aren't doing anything too crazy. So that's the basic Running Man, and now we want to get a little bit more better. Actually, I think I'll tell you about 2 things that I usually find people doing wrong when they do the Running Man. In my opinion, I think one of the mistakes a lot of people like to do, well, they don't like to do it, they just happen to do it, is when they bring their foot to the back position, they won't really bring it all the way back and keep it flat. They'll kind of lift it up too early when they do the Running Man, and this causes people to like Running Man like this or something. It looks really retarded, and that's not that cool. So I don't know, when you bring your foot to the very back position, make sure it's, you know, it's flat down on the floor before you lift it all the way up. Alright? So that's the first thing you can correct. And the other thing I noticed is sometimes people, they might not lift their leg high enough when they might just kind of bring it up slightly, I guess. Well, it really depends, right? I think you need to have more of like a, if you want a stomping motion when you do the Running Man, you don't want it to be like kicking out usually or something. I don't know if that made any sense, but you basically like want to, usually when the beat goes harder, you want your, you know, you want this stomping action because it's more aggressive looking and it's more what shuffling or hard styling kind of looks like. Yeah, so those are 2 things. So make sure your foot when it comes back here, you take it all the way to the back and then you lift up to continue on. And the other thing is lift your legs up when you get to this position. You don't want to keep it too low. It really depends on the energy level too, right? Like sometimes when the energy level's low, you might want to like just do this. But I don't know. There's some ways where it looks kind of weird. You just kind of have to videotape yourself and see what you think looks off and then just try and change it. So now to get a little bit more advanced when you do the running man, I guess the first thing I'll teach you is a little bit about hard styling, because when I shuffle I don't really tell the difference between the two. I just kind of go a little bit more harder or stomp a little bit more and get more aggressive looking as the beat gets more like more bass and stuff like that. So when you're doing the running man, like try facing the computer screen and imagine like a dot right in front of you. And basically what you want to be doing is you want to be crossing your feet over that dot as you do the running man. So as you're doing this, instead of shuffling like this, you want to have your foot cross this dot in the middle. So you kind of twist it a little bit and then, you know, you keep going over like that. So you're basically crossing this center point and you're kind of just like your feet, my feet are kind of going to the side like this as they do it, and my hips kind of turn a little bit too. And as for my upper body, I just kind of let it flow, I guess. I don't really think about my upper body movements that much, it just kind of happens. I guess you guys will probably develop that too when you start doing it after a while. Like, this is the original running man, right? And what I want you guys to do when you're crossing is it'll look more like this, which is a little bit, I don't know, I think it looks cooler because it's a little bit harder to follow and it looks a little bit more random. And the more random you can make a shuffle, the more it'll like draw attention and people want to like, what is he doing, or you know, right? Or she if you're a girl. So yeah, basically you want to add this crisscross element into your shuffle in your running man. And also when the bass goes heavy, you want to lift your legs up higher, right? And sometimes I like to kind of crunch in my neck and my chest might kind of go forward a little bit, back and forth as I shuffle, you know. So those are just some things you can think about or maybe try and do when you shuffle. And lastly, this is like another big piece, is this is how I thought of it, because like when you watch a lot of people, like let's say from We Dance Hard videos or stuff like that, you notice them have like this, like their feet are twisting as they do the running man. And I kind of wondered how they did that after a while. I think I figured it out and I started implementing it into my own shuffle. So the way I taught myself how to do it is basically you do the running man, but you twist your feet. Like let's say we're at this middle position, right? My foot that's on the bottom is kind of twisted out, and this foot up here is kind of twisted out like this, you know? And then from here, I'm going to keep doing the running man, but as I land the next spot, I'm going to twist like inwards now, so like that. Now this might be hard for you to see from the camera because of the angle, but yeah, I don't know. You just like twist it inwards, then twist it upwards again like that, like follow my hands I guess with your feet. And basically you have this like crisscrossing motion. And just do whatever feels natural to you. Just bend your legs either inwards or outwards as you do the running man in each step. And eventually when you do that faster, it looks more like this, you know? So it has more of this twisting element to it, kind of like the side T-shuffle or whatever. And if you combine that with crisscrossing, then it looks a lot more random when you shuffle. And when it looks more random like that, it usually people think it looks cooler, and yeah, that's how I like taught myself how to get better at the running man. So that's how I shuffle. That's how I normally do the running man. You usually won't catch me going like this. Most of the time I'll be crisscrossing, or I'll do some variation of that twisting action. And yeah, that's my advanced running man tutorial. So I guess you guys can practice that. And I don't know. There's really no substitution for practice. You really just got to do it a bunch of times. If you guys have any questions, you can ask me in the comments section. And yeah, enjoy.